And our word for today on this Monday of the fourth week of Lent, this Monday, March the 11th, our word for today is new, N-E-W. New, our word for today, taken from our reading from the book of the prophet Isaiah, chapter 65. Thus says the Lord, Lo, I am about to create new heavens and a new earth. The things of the past shall not be remembered or come to mind. And a little later in the reading, no longer shall the sound of weeping be heard there, or the sound of crying. New, our word for today, because that's what the Lord wants to do with us. He wants, as the Psalm says today, Psalm 30, I will praise you, Lord, for you have rescued me. He wants to rescue us. He wants to rescue us from all of our pain and all of our brokenness. Why? Because we are his sons and daughters. He has raised us up even to share in his divinity. And then we see in the gospel reading today a picture of what something brand new looks like, what the reaction is when newness comes into our lives, when we encounter the Lord in a new way, and sometimes for the first time. Our gospel reading from the Gospel of John chapter 4, the royal official said to him, so let's be clear about this, not an Israelite. This is a royal official from who's not a Israelite by birth. The royal official said to him, Sir, come down before my child dies. Jesus said to him, You may go, your son will live. The man believed what Jesus said to him and left. Okay. Boy, is that a conviction for me, I have to say. The man believed what Jesus said to him and left. He didn't say, okay, Jesus, no, I need you to come with me. Remember, the first request was, come with me to where my child is, and you can heal my child. I believe you can heal my child. Jesus says, yeah, I can heal your child right from here. You go ahead and go, and your child will be healed. And then he leaves because he believes him. While the man was on his way back, his slaves met him and told him that his boy would live. He asked them when he began to recover. They told him the fever left him yesterday about 1 p.m. The father realized that just at that time Jesus had said to him, your son will live, and he and his whole household came to believe. Now this was the second sign Jesus did when he came to Galilee from Judea. Now I want to go back to this man who is from the royal household. He says that it's told of him, the next day, he's on his way still home. He's still making his way home, and his servants meet him. And he says, when was my son healed? At 1 o'clock yesterday. Well, we don't know what time it is during the next day, but we know it's the next day. So he'd already traveled quite a ways. How far away from Jesus was he when he set out in the first place? His son was very, very ill, on the point of dying, and he makes a 2-day journey to go see Jesus. I mean, I have to say, as a father, it'd be very hard for me to leave my son and travel 2 days away so that I can meet up with a person, but his faith was that strong. This is a new faith, by the way, because what we see is his whole household came to believe. Jesus did this thing. His son was healed, and his whole household came to believe. There was a newness of life brought into that family because of the miracle that Jesus had worked in their lives. Brothers and sisters, this is what Jesus is asking of us, that there become an energy in us, a wonder in us when he is doing the work in us, that something new begins in our life. This was so dramatic that his entire household came to believe as Jesus worked that miracle in them, that the new things that God is doing in us would stir up that kind of fidelity as well. New, our word for today.